Yeah, I think it's a good batting wicket. Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption to start the questions.
Do you think a defeat like this, not being able to defend 360, can be very deflating considering there are 5 more matches in the season?
Oh, it's deflating. Yeah, absolutely. Regardless of how many more matches to go, but I think sometimes you just got to take it off and say India batted beautifully. No doubt there's things that we do differently, and there's the different things we could try and different ways we'd bowl, but at the end of the day, that was pretty awesome.
George, at what point did you feel that the game was starting to move in a big way in India's favour?
Basically from the moment Virat came to the crease, he really took the tempo up, which was a good effort considering where they were at when he came to the crease, and that I thought it was such a smart move from him because it meant that Rohit didn't need to take any risks. So I think for us to try and get back in the game, we had to try and get both the set batters at some stage and get a couple of new batters in there and try and squeeze a couple of overs, squeeze 2 or 3 quick wickets in together. So the fact that Virat came out and just plundered the ball from ball 1 meant that Rohit could just take his foot off the pedal a little bit and cruise. It was a pretty smart innings.
George, in Pune, the short ball was used very effectively. But did you feel today that at times the short ball was overused by your bowlers?
No, I don't. No. I mean, the full ones were going over our heads. The short ones were going over the side fence. So I don't think it mattered where they went. One of the things we spoke about was not getting too predictable because as our batters felt, that was the easiest time to bat when we felt the Indian bowlers got a little bit predictable. So we wanted to make sure we kept trying to mix it up, sticking to a couple of plans that we had. Yeah. Ooh.
Hi. Yep.
Yep. Sorry.
Obviously, 359 for 5 was a brilliant score, but having seen India pull it off in just 43.3 overs, do you think your first 20 overs were a bit slow when you scored it under 5?
No, I'd take 360. Yeah. No, I wouldn't change our batting innings.
How big a turning point was the drop catch from Brad Haddon? It looked like Australia did need a little lift at that point, and that could have required.
It could have, no doubt. I mean, I think that goes without saying, and no one means to drop catches. Certainly the easiest way for us to get ahead of the game would have been to take a couple of early wickets. They were always going to come hard. They had to come hard. They had to come hard from ball 1 and play their shots, and they had that freedom right throughout the innings. So we had to make sure that when we had our chances, we had to take them.
George, you said predictable. When Chicker Dhawan's out there, you've had 2 men patrolling the boundary on the offside. Doesn't that make the bowling a little bit predictable? Batsmen judging where the ball's going to be pitched.
What do you mean?
When you've got 2 men patrol, there was no one out on the leg side.
Yep.
When Dhawan's on strike.
During the
pretty much in the first 15 overs.
Yeah.
Doesn't that would you change that in hindsight because that one probably knows where the ball's going to be outside off stump?
No, same plan from game 1. Worked all right there.
And the toughest game you've captained for Australia?
No, not really. No, I mean, I felt actually like tonight we were trying plenty of different stuff. Plenty of bowlers, plenty of bowling changes, plenty of field changes. India didn't give us any chances, aside from that Hads one. We weren't putting down catches. We weren't letting misfields through. We were just outplayed. They just batted unbelievably well. That innings from Virat. All 3 innings are amazing, and his stands out to me. It's just been phenomenal.
How will you console yourself tonight?
Couple of beers. You don't have time to, as has been pointed out. There's 5 games left, so we've got to jump back on. There's a lot to like still. That's 2 games in a row. We batted beautifully. We bowled beautifully in one game. It's 1-1. So I don't think there's too much consolation that needs to be done. New wicket, new conditions. You bounce back. That's what you do.
George, do you think that legends said the transition phase of Indian batting is complete the way it's shaping?
looks that way, doesn't it? It's a formidable batting lineup. We knew that. We knew that before the start of the series. Regardless of how the series pans out, their top 7 is a wonderful top 7 for a one-day game.
George,
your India's win probably overshadows their poor bowling effort. But you should be probably happy about the fact that you've scored 300 plus against them in both games. So will you take that confidence on that your batting is still intact?
Absolutely, yeah. No, we're taking a lot of confidence from our batting, and you know, as I said, there's things you do different with the bowling, but a couple of those big shots go to hand. You get 2 or 3 quick wickets, and that game changes completely as well. So it's not, you know, I don't think we were as far off the mark as you might think our bowling was.
George, just on your own batting, another excellent knock from yourself. How do you feel taking over that role where you come from where you come in the middle order, control the innings now pretty strong? How do you feel about taking over that role?
Yeah, well, it's not, you're not really taking over that role. That's just your role. That's, you know, if it's not me doing it, then it's Vogsy or it's Maxi. It's just that's how all middle order players play. I think the fact that we've had 2 outstanding guys at it back to back means that there's always going to be comparisons, but there's not. It's not like that, because it's just about doing your role. And once again, we had a wonderful platform. Finchie and Hughesy batted beautifully. I thought the way Watto came out and took the game away, really challenged their spinners, put them on the back foot. That was, you know, it was a fantastic innings as well. So, you know, when I came out there, the foundation was set. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, guys.